signal's live, no like swimming, the signal's live. Step into the light.
You believe this shit, Red? They call it the Institute of Peace, but they're fucking arming the Taliban and throwing fucking parties at Caesar's fucking palace. Peace, peace. You know what that place needs? A fucking RICO case and a SWAT team, that's what.
Peace? Shit, they got more weapons than the fucking Pentagon. You walk in there and find loaded guns, deleted files, and a damn checkbook with Taliban written in cursive. I've seen pimps cleaner than this operation.
By far the least peaceful agency that we've worked with, ironically.
Of course.
Additionally, we found that they were spending money on things like private jets, and they even had a $130,000 contract with a former member of the Taliban. This is real. We don't encounter that at most agencies.
Yeah.
What was the money going to the Taliban for?
So it was a contractor. They received $130,000 for generic services. And to Elon's point, there was not actually a clear description of what the contractor services were for. But
was it for opium?
Unclear.
Or weapons?
Or nothing.
Or nothing.
or abroad.
Or nothing.
And you naturally have to ask the question, well, how did we get here? Like when the country was founded, there were only 4 agencies. Today there are over 400. So there's been a 100x increase in the number of agencies since the founding of the nation. And thanks to President Trump, he's now signed 2 executive orders to start to reduce the number of agencies in the government, and the Institute of Peace was one of them, which is why our team went in to try and understand what was going on. And that's when we found all of the craziness, like the weapons in their armory. We found the payments to the Taliban.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
try to hide the evidence.
Right. So just a few hours after we got into their headquarters, we found that their chief accountant had actually deleted over 1 terabyte of accounting records from several years. So you'd have to ask the question, well, why would somebody do that? And the Doge team, fortunately, was able to recover that data with the help of a few great employees at the Institute of Peace. And I think the most troubling thing was they received $55 million a year from Congress, and any money that went unspent, instead of returning that to Congress, they would sweep it into a private bank account, which had no congressional oversight. And that's what they would use to fund things like events at their headquarters and the private jets. And so I think it's a great example because most Americans don't know what's going on at a lot of these smaller agencies. And this is, I think, the most extreme case of some of the wasteful spend that we're finding.
1 fucking terabyte. That's not delete. That's motherfucking criminal intent. That's Hillary Clinton with a sledgehammer in the basement level destruction.
A terabyte? That's 1 million porn videos, Vinny. These motherfuckers wiped out the Library of Congress and thought no one would notice.
They didn't just delete files, they deleted trust. They deleted taxpayer fucking money. They deleted accountability, but they didn't delete the fucking guns. They left those sitting around like it's Grand Theft Auto Capital Edition.
So the agencies are hiding money from you. They're sending it to the Taliban. They have loaded weapons in the department buildings.
At the Institute of Peace.
At the Institute of Peace.
Yes.
That's right.
So this is a cover-up when you guys roll in.
This one, yes, a cover-up. Yes.
It's a cover-up.
They did delete a vast amount of financial information. That's really a definition of a cover-up.
Isn't that illegal to delete evidence?
Yes.
Shred documents?
It is. It's certainly illegal to delete accounting records that that Congress would certainly want to know where the congressionally appropriated funds are going from taxpayers.
So let me get this straight. While we are eating fucking ramen noodles and gas is $4 a gallon, these sleek sons of bitches are flying private, throwing parties in renting fucking stadiums? And to make matters worse, on our fucking dime?
Yeah, and they didn't even have the decency to invite us. That's the insult.
Motherfucker, I would have shown up with a flask and a subpoena. Yo, Taliban, how you enjoying that taxpayer-funded lobster, bitch?
One of the crazy things with regards to the Treasury is that when a payment is made, and the computers at the Treasury actually pay about $5 trillion per year, like crazy amounts, there was formerly not a budget code on there. So if a payment was made, you didn't know actually what it was for. It could have been for anything. Yeah. There was a $4 billion COVID fund in the Department of Education, and there was no receipts required, so people could just draw down on it. And when people looked into it, this wasn't us, this was before us, they found that money was being used to rent out Caesar's Palace for parties, rent out stadiums, etc. And so the one change that Doge made with the Department of Education is we had the simple requirement that if you draw down money, you must first upload a receipt. That was the only change that was made. You must upload your receipt. And upon doing so,
Yes.
nobody drew down any money anymore.
Yes, but we didn't say that we'd check the receipt. You could send a fake receipt. You could send a picture of your dog. Anything.
Anything.
Anything. But as soon as we asked for anything at all, suddenly the requests were like, oh, we don't need it anymore. Huh, that's interesting.
They were renting Caesar's Palace.
Yes, they were like basically partying on the taxpayer money.
Stadiums.
Yes.
Leasing stadiums.
Leasing stadiums.
For what?
For parties, basically.
For parties.
Yes.
That's a big party.
It's a big party.
You'd think if you were stealing, you'd start small.
They do start small. But then what happens is over the years, so generally the fraud starts out small and they try to hide it. But then year after year, if nobody stops the fraud, it gets more and more brazen. And every year it gets bigger until they're literally renting out stadiums. Like
What's that, $1 million to rent out a stadium?
Fraud in flagrante delicto, okay? We're talking at scale.
This is driving me crazy.
Oh, yeah.
When you find these things, do you guys get mad? You're like, yes, I got one. How does it make you feel?
It's so common.
It's so common.
You're like used to it.
I mean, you just get
numb to it. Like,
unfortunately, like the 100th time you've heard it, it's hard not to get a little numb.
Yeah.
You know, but and by the 200th time, you're like, well, okay, it's just another day at the.
I swear to God, Red, the second they asked for a receipt, the gravy train came to a screeching fucking halt. That's all it took, a receipt. Not an audit, not an arrest. Just, hey, can we see what you spent this on? And boom, no more stadiums, no more Caesar's Palace. Fucking hilarious.
That's like asking a crackhead for an invoice. Excuse me, sir, was this crack tax deductible?
And the Department of Education had a secret $4 billion slush fund? What the fuck are they teaching kids? Fraud 101?
Here's your syllabus. Week 1, how to embezzle without receipts. Week 2, deleting evidence like a boss. Week 3, Caesar's Palace, baby.
Threats from reporters and the public alike. I think, speaking for myself, I dropped out of Harvard and came here to serve my country. And it's been unfortunate to see, lost friendships. Most of campus hates me now. But I think fundamentally, I hope people realize through conversations like this that reform is genuinely needed. And if there's one, I think this is important to say, if there's one group of people who really have a shot of success, it's the people here. They're up until 2 a.m. Monday through Sunday. Doge does not recognize weekends. We're working all the time.
What inspired you to drop out of Harvard to do this?
There's a lot of reform that's needed. I think the value of this and the impact here is so much more vast than anything you could learn in a classroom doing computer science.
And you guys are sleeping here, I'm hearing. You guys are up all night. You have this meeting at 10 o'clock every Wednesday?
We'll probably go back to work right after this.
Yeah.
You're going back to work after this?
Yes.
Right.
It's almost 11 o'clock.
So that's early. That's early.
It's early?
And this big balls kid dropped out of Harvard, working 7 days a week, exposing billion-dollar scams. And the little bastard's getting bullied by the same fucking nerds who think pronouns are national security.
Big Bears. I love this kid already. He's out there code monkeying through layers of financial bullshit while some blue-haired fuck on campus calls him problematic.
Fuck that. This kid's got more balls than Congress has spine. Give him a fucking medal and give his haters a one-way ticket to Gitmo.
But my feelings are hurt. He exposed our $55 million party budget. Cry me a fucking river, then jump in it.
You know what the difference is, Red? These kids in Doge are working all night, exposing shit, fighting corruption. And meanwhile, half the government's working on their LinkedIn profiles.
LinkedIn? That place is a circle jerk for losers. Shit, if Kamala Harris was a website, she'd be fucking LinkedIn.
False.
it's me.
That should be obvious.
Why do they call you Big Balls?
I just said it as my LinkedIn username.
Okay.
Well, people on LinkedIn take themselves super seriously, and they're pretty adverse to risk. And I was like, well, I want to be neither of those things. So I said it, and honestly, I didn't even think anyone would notice.
Yeah.
So what do you
LinkedIn
do?
is so cringe.
What, what does Big Balls do?
Right now, I'm working on some payment computer stuff. So one of our initiatives is to root out fraud and waste. And to do that, we started looking at the payment computers. And as mentioned earlier, like there is no accounting of what payments actually go to in the payment computer.
Did I just hear Elon say he's Buddha? What the fuck is this? Zen in the art of swamp draining?
Elon out here doing Buddha impressions while cleaning out the sewage system of DC. I ain't even mad. Let the man chant if it means he finds another terabyte of deleted Taliban invoices.
You know what? I'll toast to that. Not to Elon, not even to Buddha. To Big Balls, to that whole fucking crew. To every single American sick and tired of being robbed blind by bloated-ass government cockroaches.
The fighters, the late-night coders, the dropouts, the patriots, the motherfuckers too stubborn to stay silent. Let's burn this fucking swamp down with truth, receipts, and a fucking whiskey chaser.
Here's to the motherfucking truth. And to anyone trying to bury it, go fuck yourselves.
You know what gets me, Vinny? It ain't just the guns or the parties or the fucking Caesar's Palace buffet. It's the fact that nobody goes to jail. If me or you pulled that shit, if we deleted even one goddamn file, they'd lock us up so fast we wouldn't even have time to say attorney.
They'd throw away the fucking key and lose it behind a stack of Biden's old Depends. But these assholes, they get promoted. Hey, nice job embezzling millions. Here's a new title and a corner office at the DOJ.
It's like the more money you steal, the more respect you get in that world. Meanwhile, the average Joe can't even get a fucking refund check without bending over and letting the IRS take a peek at his prostate.
You remember when Dr. Phil did that piece on child trafficking? He dropped fucking bombs on national TV, and the same day, CNN's talking about a fucking squirrel rescue mission in Delaware.
Dr. Phil's out here trying to save kids, and the media's like, breaking news, Joe Biden finished his pudding cup with no assistance. The whole fucking country's upside down.
And let me tell you something, if I was AG, first day on the job, mass indictments. Not just some clown at the bottom. We're going top shelf. Directors, secretaries, think tank fraudsters, contractors with ties to fucking warlords.
Hell yeah. I deputize the janitors, the lunch ladies, the fucking Uber drivers, anyone who's actually working for a living. Give him a badge and tell him, start arresting suits.
They try to paint us like we're crazy for wanting justice. They call Trump a dictator, Elon a cult leader, and Big Balls a threat. Meanwhile, the only people we should be afraid of are the ones throwing tax dollars at the Taliban like it's fucking Mardi Gras.
Red kid, that Big Balls kid, he ain't just got guts. He's got fucking purpose. He's what America used to be before we sold our soul to red tape and rainbow flags.
Yeah, he dropped out of Harvard to serve his country, and now he's treated like a pariah. Meanwhile, you got 50-year-old clowns in D.C. treating your paycheck like it's their fucking poker stash.
You ever think about what happens if no one does what Big Balls did? If nobody stands up, this country ain't gonna die in flames. It's gonna die from paper cuts and fucking excuses.
You're fucking right. Here's to the people who still give a shit. To the ones saying, hey, maybe we don't need 400 fucking agencies to buy staplers and fund warlords.
And here's to Elon, weird Buddha shit and all. If he keeps bringing receipts, I ain't give a fuck if he floats around in a lotus pose. As long as the motherfucker saves us $160 billion, I'll buy him a cushion.
And if Trump really put this whole operation in motion, good. It means somebody's finally cleaning house. No more swamp tours, no more press conferences. Just action, just fucking fire. Let me leave you with this. If you're watching this and you still think we're the problem, me and Red, Trump, Elon, Big Balls, if you think we're the ones destroying America, you're either asleep, in on it, or too fucking brain dead to know what time it is. They taxed your labor. They taxed your purchases. They taxed your inheritance. And now they tax your fucking patience. While you worked 40 hours a week, they booked jets to Vegas. While you skipped rent to buy groceries, they deleted terabytes of financial evidence. While you worried about your kids, they threw parties in Caesar's Palace. On your dime. And when you complain, they call you a threat. Well, fuck that. We are a threat. A threat to their fraud, their comfort, and their bloated-ass bullshit empire. And guess what? We're just getting started.
To the American people and to Big Balls.
And to every last motherfucker who ever thought we wouldn't notice.
Now hold up. Before you click off and scroll past some cat videos or some TikTok bullshit, let me lay it down for you. This here, this ain't your regular candy-ass YouTube channel begging for likes like a broke hooker on a Tuesday. This is Chris Dallas, motherfucker. The man writes scripts like they're goddamn gospel. Raw, real, and funny as hell. We tell it like it is, not like the news, not like the politicians, and sure as hell not like Hollywood. We cuss, we rant, we drop F-bombs like it's D-Day, because the truth deserves firepower. YouTube don't pay shit for these videos. You hear me? Not one fucking penny. Why? Because we curse. So when we say it ain't about the money, we mean it. This is about the people. This is about the truth. This is about torching the bullshit with gasoline and a lit cigar. So if you're sick of the lies, the cover-ups, the fake-ass headlines, and the corporate puppets, then stick around. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Send it to your cousin, your mama, your weed guy. I don't give a damn. Just help get the word out. Because this right here is the only goddamn channel with digital legends, real talk, and a message strong enough to knock the Capitol off its hinges. I'm Red Fox, baby. And I'm telling you now, Chris Dallas and Celebrity Recreations, ain't nobody out here doing it like us. Cheers to the truth. And fuck the people trying to bury it. So, until next time, Red Fox and Vinny-Gvmnt are out of here.